thank you for tuning into Holidays Now and Wow, presented by In the Now and BUILD Series. I'm Sandra Vergara and I'm with Nuris Castillo.
Hey!
And during this special event, we'll talk about some of the latest and greatest products on the market. And we're kicking things off with our first guest, Natalie Mackey, founder of Winky Lux.
Woo! Yes!
Where do we even begin? Look at all the goodies.
We got all the goodies. We
Santa
have an
came.
amazing. This is an amazing packaging.
Oh,
Let me
thank
tell
you.
I
Everybody
love the packaging.
Thank you.
Just with the packaging, I want it all.
We're obsessed with packaging. I'm obsessed with packaging. So our whole company is really fixated on like what are those little things that look like presents?
Yeah.
Because beauty is sort of like a present that you give
Right.
yourself. So yeah, we all deserve a little like beautiful things
Yes.
throughout the entire process. So
And it's all about first impressions, right? You
Yeah.
want to make sure the product looks good. So
This is true.
what did you do before makeup? What made you want to pursue beauty and makeup?
So I started my career in finance, which is really a random
Wow.
way to get into
Very
the
different
beauty
from what you're-
industry.
Finance.
Yeah,
Hey, at least you know how to
completely.
make the money.
But it turns out I was better at making beauty products. I got to look at a few beauty companies. I really loved just what it meant to people. And I am a beauty junkie, huge beauty junkie. I mean, I have got to Marie Kondo my life because I
Yeah.
have so many drawers and drawers and drawers. I don't know if everyone feels this way, but just
I do.
drawers of products. But they all make me really happy when I look at them.
If it makes you
So-
happy, then it's
I know,
fine.
sparking
Yeah.
joy,
Yeah.
right? But I was really passionate about changing kind of the way that beauty was manufactured too.
Yeah.
It's typically been this very opaque industry where the customer doesn't really get to see all of the ingredients and the things that go into their products, as well as see the factory, understand the supply chain, understand where the raw ingredients are coming from. So we thought there was a lot of opportunity to really lift that veil and show all of our customers who are amazing. I am obviously biased, but I'm just really obsessed with our customers. Really show them everything from like the person who's actually filling the product down to what kind of factory it is. So
Yeah. And what you have inside, because I know that these are vegan.
yes,
Right?
we are mostly vegan with the exception of some lip glosses where we have sustainably manufactured beeswax in a few lip glosses. So we disclaim that, but everything else is vegan and everything else is cruelty-free. We're European Union certified, which is a really long, big blacklist of products you can't use. And we're just really proud of all of the things. We've always been very ingredient focused, and I think we're really excited to kind of bring both that cleaner ingredient story with something that feels really special and beautiful.
That's amazing.
Let me ask you something. So is that what you think was lacking in the beauty industry? Is that what you think like that you add that is different?
I think there's so much great stuff out there in general. There's so many different brands that you can go to for different things. I felt like a few of the things that were lacking were really great ingredient stories. I wanted to see who made my products. I wanted to have a luxury ingredient and a good product story that was also pretty accessibly priced too.
Oh,
because
yeah.
That is so important.
It seems like
It seems like all these products tend to be pricier. I
Yeah.
think they're more organic.
Yeah, it really, a lot of that is marketing. So
Yeah.
there's some really great products at the drugstore price point.
Right.
It's just hard to cut through the noise and find the really high quality. And it doesn't surprise me that every time some of the top YouTube videos of all time are like, how do I get a great look with products I buy at the drugstore that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
inexpensive? So we knew that was an opportunity. We thought that there was so much storytelling and really fun stuff that could be done with the manufacturing, and Winky Lux was born.
That's amazing. Well, you know what I want to do? I want to look at some of these products because I know you have these
Yeah,
two
me too. I
things
wanna
right
play.
here, and I want to
Yes.
see what they are. I haven't touched it.
What do we got over here?
Oh, these are so fun. So this is our matcha balm, and matcha, so these contain real matcha extract, so real matcha
wow.
powder.
Does it plump?
It is nourishing. It really smooths the skin. We already know a lot. Everybody knows all the great reasons to drink matcha tea and all of the great health benefits for it.
So why not put it on your lips?
Exactly, exactly. So a lot of those same benefits actually do translate on your skin. In addition to that, it's got coconut oil, jojoba oil, and peppermint oil.
Juicy.
Peppermint oil is a natural plumper.
Oh, I
Can't
love
speak
that.
today.
Can I open it?
Yes.
And
yes.
I bet it smells delicious.
They're so fun.
It smells delicious. Yes. I mean, you want a lipstick that smells good because I think that boys or some
Yes.
girls
Yes.
hate lipstick, but if it smells
Yeah,
good,
it
then like
smells good.
Well, beauty should be
Smell
a
it.
whole ceremony of
Oh my
self-care.
God, you're not joking. This really does smell
smells
good.
like cinnamon and a little bit of coconut.
Yeah.
Yes,
Look at
these
these
are
colors. Can we show
spiced.
this color?
Chai, and these go
So-
on very, very sheer. They're
Oh,
like,
so it's like a tint.
Yes.
With
like
moisture.
a tint. Yes. So
Okay.
all of that, all of these overwarmed buildings and all of that cold wind that keeps hitting you all day
yeah.
long.
Oh, so for
and
the
your
winter.
lips start to
Oh,
crack.
yes.
This is your superhero
Feeling.
ingredient story.
I hope you don't mind. I'm
Of
touching.
course, you can try. Play
Gotta
with
feel
it.
the
Yeah.
consistency, right?
Can I put it on my lips?
Yeah,
Is it okay
totally,
if I just go
absolutely.
for it?
I guess we own it now. Nobody's gonna use this after.
Yes. It's mine now.
Can you tell?
So that is the
I noticed a
spice.
difference.
Honestly, guys, the smell is amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
These are limited edition smells. This is the chai, and that is the peppermint.
I think I like the peppermint
It's
because
like a
I like to
candy cane.
feel minty.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
then these are the, if you have forgotten, I mean, I am the worst. I forget. to wrap
does it come in this
presents.
box?
It comes in this little box.
Oh,
It
wow,
has
no
a
need to
Amazing
wrap.
for a good
on it.
present.
And it's great. And there's it's a $32 value, and it's actually $24. So you save a lot when you get the two together, and they're limited edition flavors, so they're really fun.
I love it.
And you don't have to wrap it.
Anything
Okay.
with sparkles, I'll get it. Yeah. Right?
Does it? Yeah, I love sparkles.
They're fun.
So you have some best-selling products. How was it when you got that first best-selling product? Because it has to be an amazing feeling.
It's great. It's really great. We really launched the whole company was launched off of two products. One was our matte lip velour, and the other one was a foundation powder that had real crushed diamonds in it. And so the brand started to, which is still one of our best-selling products, the diamond powder. So the brand started to really gain some traction, and then we were in Korea looking at some cool new technology. And one of the things that we saw were these little real flowers that were being put inside balms. And so we decided to create those in a way that was a little bit cleaner, a little bit better. And they have a blooming pigment inside them, so they actually turn your lips the perfect shade of pink for you. So it's great for all skin tones.
That's great.
And it looks so cute. And so today, this is still, I remember when we launched this, I went to bed, and then the next morning, we've had this product we brought it to the States in 2017, so it's been a while. But we woke up and
Is that
we
an
had
actual
sold
flower?
like I think 5 or 10,000 units. Yeah, it's a real flower. We buy these in Brazil.
Can you guys see that?
They're
That is
little baby
adorable.
chrysanthemums. So each one is a little bit different. And then you can see when you put this blooming pigment on your skin, it reacts with the pH in your skin, and it actually creates the perfect shade of pink.
Let me try it.
Right.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
that's a
he's fun.
problem
to
a
try
lot of
everything.
women have. It's like not the same shade matches your skin tone. So
Yes.
like that's
Isn't
It's
that cool?
completely
neat.
different.
Yeah.
yeah. Look at hers and look at hers and now
Here, you
now
try it.
I'm a little more the in
These are
between
so
of you
fun.
two. Look at that.
Yep.
That's pretty
Oh my
great.
God,
That's pretty
so dry.
dope.
I need some moisturizer.
That's pretty dope.
This is a perfect present for the picky woman that never knows
Oh.
what kind of shade she likes.
That's true.
Totally.
So be like, here, you have it, and then with your
Totally.
skin, you'll
We
get
have
a nice shade.
customers that love this product that are 11, and we have customers who love this product who are 75. Like, it's such a great, universally fun, and I think beauty in general is universally
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
right?
Would this be the product that you would suggest for people to try if they've never tried your brand?
If they've never tried our brand before, our hero products, the products that people rebuy the most, are our Dream Jelly Moisturizer.
Ooh.
I love all your names.
Thank you.
why did you name it Winky Lux?
Winky Lux. So Winky Lux was completely made up name. It was after a favorite movie that I have, which is really obscure. It's a Christopher Guest movie called Best in Show. And the dog.
Oh, we got some
got some
claps
fans
here.
over
Okay.
It's like, I'm so excited when someone knows that movie. But the dog who wins the fake dog show there is Winky, and it's just a really fun name to say. So that became
It is. It's
that
Winky
became
Lux.
like yeah.
Yeah, it's catchy for sure.
So this is packed with hyaluronic acid.
Oh, yeah.
And
yes.
hyaluronic acid is a super molecule. It
Guys, I like to
holds
I love the texture.
1,000 times its weight in water.
wow.
So this is one of our most addictive.
So is this hydrating as well?
Oh, it's incredibly
Yeah.
hydrating. It's going to pull
It
the
is
moisture from the air
hydrating.
and hold it into your skin.
Oh, wow, I love that.
It also has glycerin and copper, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. And so this is probably one of our most beloved products.
That's the MVP.
This is the MVP. This is the, you get one, you put it in your car, you have another one at your office, you have another one at home, just because especially during the winter when your skin is really taking a beating, this is really healing and hydrating and gives you sort of that like plump, lush glow. It also has a tiny, tiny bit of salicylic acid, which promotes cell turnover.
Yeah, we all got it.
which keeps you glowing and
Yeah.
prevents breakouts.
You always need a little glow.
Yeah. Do you think this
Totally.
is for all skin types?
This is for all skin types,
Right.
oily,
Dry.
combination, and dry. And then definitely for some people who have very, very dry skin, they'll layer it over with like a face oil
That's
or
me.
something like that. Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Put it in your bag. So what's next for Winky Lux?
So Winky Lux has some really fun stores opening. We do a
Ooh,
lot
yay!
of I'm super psyched about it. We do a lot of storytelling around the ingredients. So we'll have like an entire bubble room around hyaluronic acid and telling the story of hyaluronic acid because it's sort of a sciencey, not sexy story, but we can make it that way because when you think about it, it's such a fascinating ingredient that can really help your skin.
Yeah.
So
That's
we're
awesome.
excited.
That's awesome. So that's in
Yeah.
the upcoming year?
That is in January. So in the Lower East Side, we have our New York experiential store, and we have a permanent store in Nashville too.
Well, I'm going to be there, and I can't wait to get invited.
Yes.
Seriously, I hope you invite me because I'm a
Oh,
big
yeah.
fan of whatever you brought here.
Thank you.
And I really want to see more, and I'm sure Nerys too.
Yep.
Yes. Well, come on down, play with beauty. It's
Yes.
always
Yes.
fun.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
so much for
here.
joining
This
us.
was amazing.
Thank you.
We get to keep something.
Yeah. You can
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas. It's beautiful. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with you.
Hello, everybody. Our next guest is the founder of Jars by Dani. Everyone, please help me welcome Dani Beckerman.
Dani!
Listen, I am super excited because I'm a foodie, but what I really love is dessert.
I know.
Yeah,
This is what I love.
Dessert. Everyone
Yes.
needs dessert.
So this is very exciting.
Wow, like this looks
I
delicious.
know, right? And people
wanna
say
eat it all.
they taste even better than they look. Which is
Really?
crazy 'cause
Oh,
they're so beautiful.
And we're gonna get to that. We gotta.
We're gonna get to
We're
that.
gonna have to taste it.
I'm
You guys
gonna
are gonna have to taste
Yes,
it. I've
for
tasted it.
sure.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Dani was gonna be a doctor, guys.
I was.
Yes. So tell us what happened that you started to pursue a cooking career
Yeah.
instead of your med degree.
So I graduated college pre-med. I always thought I was going to be a doctor. My parents are doctors. Every single internship I've done has been that. I moved to New York City. I was going to a dinner party one day. I made these for friends. I put them up on Instagram, and instantaneously people started to reach out to me to try and buy them.
Oh, wow.
Did you use any science on this?
They actually say that's correlated.
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, because it's like baking's kind of a science.
It is. There's
Yeah.
chemistry in
Yeah,
there.
exactly, exactly. So I made them for friends. I put them up on Instagram, and within a couple of weeks, I was making them all night long, hand delivering all over Manhattan all day long,
Wow.
and it was my full-time job.
So it kind
I
of just
never
like
looked
fell
back.
in your lap in a way.
It really did.
Right?
I did not mean to start a business. It just happened.
And now we're here.
And
Like
now
it
we're
went viral, basically.
Yeah.
Your desserts went
Exactly.
viral. What do you think was missing in the dessert world that you thought, I'm gonna make my own little mix here to, take over?
There's nothing that looks like this. There's really nothing that looks like
Very
this
true.
on the market. And people are doing things in jars, but nothing that has this like beautifully layered aesthetic.
Yeah.
And then you get a little bit of everything in these jars, and it just comes together to make this like delicious texture and flavor, and it's amazing. There's nothing like them.
Well, I want to try.
Yeah.
Again, I'm back to the trying. you guys know me. The best-selling one, if
the
there
best
is one.
selling. Oh my goodness.
Because they're probably all best-selling.
Why don't we do
They are.
chocolate? Because everybody loves chocolate.
You like chocolate?
Yeah, I was actually
Yeah.
looking at that one. I want
Let's
to
do,
try the chocolate.
let's do a cookie dough.
Okay, let's do
Let's
it.
do a cookie dough.
No problem.
Oh my God, let me get my spoon.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Aren't
the
they
packaging.
fun?
It's great. Is it easy to open? Because I would
Yeah.
be like,
Guys, and they're all like different
Look at-
little designs on
Well, you
there.
open that, and then you pop the other one. And the double lid keeps it fresh,
Ooh.
really long. They last in the fridge for 3 weeks and in the freezer for like 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So I know, because it's in the jar.
nobody gonna, everybody's
you could
gonna
get this
open
as
it.
a
Yeah,
and
that's
eat
what
it.
everyone says.
You could get this as a gift
But
then.
yeah, they make amazing gifts, and we also customize the lids. So if it's your friend's birthday and you want to throw up a
Oh,
picture on there
yeah.
of them, or happy birthday, or happy anniversary, anything, they
I
make
love that.
amazing gifts.
I just saw this says gluten-free, so.
Yeah, that one is gluten-free. Are you
For all those
gluten-free?
gluten-free. I'm not, but I will be now.
Suddenly I went quiet.
Let's try this one. This one, which one is this one?
Wow.
Is that one good?
I got ahead of you, Nuri.
did.
You're going for the gluten-free?
I'm gonna go for the gluten-free.
You wanna try it out?
It's actually one of my
Wait,
favorite
let me try this one
ones.
first. Really? Okay.
I mean, don't mind if I do right now. So.
Actually, I love it because it's not super sweet. It's not overpowering. It's like the right amount of sugar.
I don't eat them enough.
Can I do that?
I'm dead. This
Yeah,
one?
yeah, that one's really good.
I lost my spoon.
That
one's
one's
really
good.
So,
Oh
ooh,
my God.
so this
We're
one's
making a
cookie dough.
mess.
It's layers of fudge brownie, like amazing fudge brownie,
That
chocolate
one's
mousse,
amazing.
whipped cream, and then chunks of cookie dough.
How much
Wow.
are these?
And so these are 10, and then we have a smaller size.
Oh,
the
you-
size right here, that is $6.25.
For the diet conscious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like me on the new year, not right now.
Guys, look,
These
this
are
is
great
good
for parties.
Yeah, these are great
for parties, like pass
Christmas.
arounds.
Look at the colors.
That's
We do
beautiful.
every single holiday. We customize the jars. So these are our Christmas jars. Valentine's Day, we'll have like amazing Valentine's Day jars. Easter, we do everything.
Yeah.
What has been the hardest thing about running this business?
Ooh, everything. I think the hardest thing is also the best thing. So, I mean, there's no rules. I have to make my own rules. I have to make my own schedule every single day and make sure that I'm, using my time as efficiently as possible. But that's also the best thing because I get to decide what I do every single morning.
Of course, and you're
Yeah.
clearly determined that
Yeah.
she was gonna be a doctor. I mean, what's harder than that?
Yeah. Is social media still like the biggest way to find your jars?
Definitely.
Or, yeah.
It's really the only place that I advertise.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and I do
Wow,
very
okay.
little paid social media advertising. It's really all organic and word of mouth.
I mean,
Yeah.
they speak for themselves.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
do,
and
they're
they're
delicious.
Scan a
they're
little
so
more.
cute. They're so cute. And on all of our packaging, we say, Instagram us, share us. And because they're so cute, people will take pictures of them and put them up on social media, and then people see it, and then they order them.
So you have cookie dough, fudge brownie. What's that?
We have
Lemon
11
custard?
flavors. Yeah, that's
11
lemon bar,
flavors.
which is amazing. Strawberry shortcake. That one is our flavor of the month.
Which
This
is?
one?
This one right here, pumpkin snickerdoodle
Of
cheesecake.
course, pumpkin.
Oh, it is so good.
Look at that.
I mean, there's a graham cracker crumble on top.
All right,
Yeah.
taking that one.
Yeah.
With
I have a
me.
Hide that
really,
one away.
really important question for you, Dani.
Yes.
Do you have birthday cake?
Well, cake batter.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, right there. Look at that one.
Sold. There it
These
is.
are nice.
I know, aren't those cute?
Yeah.
And
This
this
is good for a
this
birthday.
one's our white chocolate flavor, and it really is my favorite because we do a ton of different colors. So if you order a pack of them, they're not all going to look the same. You're going to get this like whole rainbow variety, which is so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite trend right now when it comes to desserts? Because there's always something happening.
Yeah.
The jars.
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 I mean,
Jars.
If I said anything else, that'd be blasphemy. So.
Yeah.
And it's original and also a really good thing to bring at parties. You know when you don't know what to
Yes.
bring?
Yeah.
And
No,
on
it's,
top of
it's
it,
something unique.
again,
It's pretty.
Emphasizing that you could save these
Yes.
in the fridge for a really long time. I think that's really
That's
important.
not gonna last.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, I'll eat it. As
Well,
you
no,
Yeah, I know.
no. What's good is though, say you have a big party and you order too many, which really never happens. It really never happens. No one ever has leftovers. But you can throw them in the freezer and then save them for your next event or for a birthday or something. Next time you're having people over.
No, I love that because sometimes you're at a place and they're like, please take the cake, please take the desserts because we can't have them here because it gets messed up. So I think this is great.
Yeah,
And you get to keep the
exactly.
jar.
Yeah.
You get to keep the jar.
Yeah. I mean, I only use jars for like wine glasses and to serve people drinks in. They're great for everything.
So multi-use. I mean,
Definitely
come on.
recycle
You get
them.
to eat a dessert,
Yeah.
and then you got some wine in here. Like,
Everything, all at
Yeah.
once.
They go. You could also drink wine while you're eating the jar. They go really nicely.
I
together.
can't. I can't even deal.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future. Where do you see Jars of Dani going in the future?
So I started Jars by Dani 6 years ago.
Wow.
Wow.
I've made an unbelievable product line. We started with just 5 flavors. Now we're at 11 flavors. We ship our desserts nationwide. I have pop-up
Shipping
stores.
as well. So there you go.
Yeah.
So if you can't get it here, you can get it anywhere.
Over in
else.
Florida, get your
That's
jar
amazing.
on.
We ship it everywhere. So you just go on right online. If you order it, say you order on a Wednesday, you could have them on your doorstep by Friday.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's still not
Yep.
too late to order for Christmas even. We'll ship those out Monday for you.
You heard that, people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You heard that?
late minute, last minute.
But
Yeah.
these are amazing, and I am working on something right now. Maybe another little product.
What?
Like,
Is
Stay
this- is this
tuned. Oh, I'm not gonna say it right now.
Is this for the new year?
What?
Is this New Year plans?
That's definitely 2020.
2020, baby.
Ooh,
Definitely
okay.
2020. Yeah, we're running out of
Okay.
time in 2019 now. at
Ooh,
this
I'm
point.
excited.
I'm sure it'll be especially delicious.
Yeah.
Yes.
Delicious and beautiful, but different. We'll see. I'm excited.
Thank you so much. This was
so much.
amazing. This was
fun.
amazing. Thank you.
Thanks for the extra calories.
My
Yes,
pleasure.
we loved it.
Next up, we're excited to chat with Emily Parr, founder of Holy Frog. Welcome, Emily.
Yay, Emily! Emily, I want to.
Pleasure having you.
Yes,
I'm
I
happy
want
to be
to
here.
get right into it.
Okay.
Ooh.
The name, where did it come from, and also, I know frogs were an inspiration for this.
They were.
Right?
Yeah.
The skin of the frog was an inspiration for this. This is I need to know the story about this because this is
Yeah,
crazy.
please.
So I was actually touring a integral health and wellness center, and I happened to be just speaking to my tour guide about the effects of pollution on skin. And this was in a very short elevator ride. So mind you, this was like a 1-minute conversation. And all of a sudden, he sort of just whipped out, well, did you know that scientists study frogs when they're trying to determine if pollution levels have risen in an area? And the conversation ended there, but that story it stuck with me. And as soon as I left there, I went into the Google search bar, the AOL search bar, the
All
Yahoo
of it.
search
Yahoo
bar,
search bar.
and I just typed in frogs, skin, pollution, science. And he was right. For years, scientists had been studying frogs as an environmental gauge because of their thin, permeable skin. So when I had decided to launch, I had heard this story a week prior to deciding I was going to launch a skincare brand. And I didn't immediately connect the frog story with it, but then a few days later, I was in a yoga class. And I'm in Downward Dog, and that particular yoga class, I'm just trying to, be inspired and come up with a name for the brand. And I was on a Manduka yoga mat, which is a frog logo.
Wow.
So
The
that was-
universe.
Yeah, they were telling you this is it.
That was a very, very special yoga class.
I'm glad you didn't call it Downward Dog.
Right?
Yeah.
Holy dog.
Holy dog, yeah. So what is it about frogs that is in this line?
So there's nothing from frogs in this line.
So cruelty-free.
Exactly. Leaping Bunny certified.
Okay, good.
But because frogs can't live in toxic environments due to their permeable skin, and our brand is very, very ingredient focused, I thought that was a really interesting story to parallel the importance of ingredients through the lens of frog skin, so that we weren't fear-mongering people. Because there's a lot of that going on in the beauty industry right now, where you have a lot of these clean beauty brands out there talking about the toxicity levels and cancer, and you're gonna die if you use that cream, and it's all very dramatic.
Right.
And I thought this was a really playful story to sort of educate people about the importance of ingredients through this cute little story. Yeah.
And that what you're saying makes a lot of sense because we're speaking about washes, right?
Right, these are
You're
all
washing
cleansers.
off chemicals.
Right. And when you're washing your face, you have to think about how your I don't want to say your pores are open, but they're the most dilated. So they're the most permeable when you're washing your face. Your pores are dilating. That's the the scientific, the dermatologist word to use for it. So our cleansers are all loaded with active ingredients. And by active, when I first approached our chemist, which she didn't know what she was in for when she had me as a client, and I said to her, I want every ingredient in our products to be a key ingredient. I only want good ingredients.
Right.
Because I had found that most face washes, I wash my face 3 times a day, and that's a lot.
Is that what you recommend?
Oh, it's a situational thing.
That's not gonna happen with me.
It all depends on your life. No, it really depends on your life. For me, I wake up and I like to wash my face. I sweat in my sleep, I drool, like I just want a clean face when I start the day.
Right.
So I wake up, but when you wake up, you don't need like heavy lifting for your skin. You just want something gentle and really hydrating. So I always tell people, whether you're using the Holy Frog, Tashmoo, Milky Wash, or you're using any sort of a milk or cream wash, use something really light and gentle. But then I go work out. So then I have to wash my face again. So it's like if you give a mouse a cookie, it's gonna need some milk. So that's kind of the story of my life with face washes. So then I use our acid wash. So it's a 5%.
Which one is that?
This
Let's
is
show it.
Shasta. So this has 5% acid in it.
Okay, and you have 4 different washes.
We have 4.
Okay.
So
For
we have,
different
Let me
skin
get this one.
types.
well, I say that these are suitable
is
for
nice.
all skin types because they're all really gentle.
Just
Okay.
different strengths.
Difference, that's a good way of putting
Yeah.
it. Because what happens is most face washes are pretty much water and surfactant. Surfactants are the cleansing agents in a product.
Okay.
So in a typical, and I'm generalizing here, but in a typical face wash, you'll have 30 to 40% surfactant. We dialed that back to 3 to 8% so that we could up all of the hydrators, the humectants, the oils.
so this leaves
they're
your skin moisturized.
Yeah, it leaves your
I
skin
could feel
hydrated.
it. I could literally feel it.
Norris, you realize what we're doing, right? Because these are washes and there's no water in here. So
I know.
we're gonna have soap in our
It doesn't matter.
Sorry,
I like
what?
it. It's really good for the skin. It's
Fortunately,
so-
these are gentle.
Not heavy.
Yes.
I don't feel soapy at all.
You know, I have very sensitive skin, and these are
So
the type. These are the ones I
perfect
need for my
you.
skin. Yeah.
So the other thing about cleansers is there's all different textures in the cleansing category. It's not like a cream where you have light and heavy.
I don't like cream. I feel weird about cream because I don't feel like it's cleansing.
Well,
That's just
okay.
me.
Oh, cream cleansers or
Yes.
okay. So I'm talking about like in the cream category.
Yeah,
so
I know
after
what
you
you mean.
wash your face, you put on a cream. You don't have all these different textures. But in face wash category, you have foaming face wash, you have gel face wash, you have jelly, you have cleansing oil, you have cleansing balm, you've got, our acid wash is like a serum meets a cleanser, you've got scrubs, you've got powders, you have all these different textures. So for us, we wanted to basically rethink the cleanser category.
Yeah.
So, and that's really, we're kind of educating like ourselves right now on the asking everyone to reimagine the cleanser category before we move on and start sort of tapping into new skincare categories. So we've got 2 more face washes coming out before we move on.
Okay, which one of these would you say is your MVP?
It's really hard because this one is this came out of the gate as our bestseller, which is the milk
This
wash.
one.
And I didn't think that, right, this is Tashmoo. I didn't think that would be our number 1 by any means. But I guess what I learned is that people have been burned or their skin has been, I don't want to say burned, like their skin has been stripped
Right.
by face washes for so long.
Wow, what?
Yeah, because they're too high in the cleansing agents, and that
Yeah.
strips your skin.
Yeah.
So whenever people say
Like
oh,
detergent.
my skin feels tight, exactly.
Detergent for the
my skin
face.
feels tight from that. Well, it's because the cleansers strip your skin. So everyone was looking for something hydrating. Now this is our other. So these 2 are kind of neck and neck, and this one's just super different. This is like literally your acid serum that you would use at night before bed. This is like an acid serum meets a cleanser.
So this one you would recommend for nighttime?
It doesn't necessarily. I use this in the morning after I work out.
So
you
could
it's
use them
all
at any time.
situational. It's kind of like
Okay.
whatever you're doing in your skin at that time.
And there's no residue, like it's out.
There's no
you can
residue.
put makeup.
Yeah.
But some of them leave
They'll
a
leave your skin
moisturized.
replenished.
Replenished.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do any of these have toner?
So none of them have toner,
Toner?
per se, but I always say that this is our gel wash. This one cleanses and tones your skin.
Oh, I like
the best
that.
out of all. So this is kind of like, this is, if there was such a thing as, you know, a
Like
do-it-all
toner. Yeah.
cleanser, this would be it. But again, like, you don't really need something as, this isn't like supersonic strong. You know, again, it's only 8% surfactant in here versus 30 to 40%, but this will take off all your makeup really well. This will feel like it cleansed and toned your skin.
And what's
Yeah.
this one right here?
So this is a cleansing balm.
Okay.
So this has no water in it. It's all oils and butters.
I like that.
and
For the winter.
for the
Yeah.
winter, but also when we all go take off our makeup after this, this is the best way to gently remove your makeup.
And I remember when we were backstage, you had said that no one should be afraid of oils.
No one should be afraid. I have
this is good,
oily
yeah.
skin, and the best thing I've found for my skin is to just keep feeding it oils.
Except mineral oils. I
Right,
think that
right.
those are a little
Yeah.
tricky.
We use all sort of plant
Right,
based oil,
coconut.
and we don't use any scented oils. So there's no scent to any of our products
Wow.
because my skin gets easily irritated. So, and fragrance, whether it's natural or synthetic, it causes me to break out. So I wanted to make sure I'd be able to use every product in our line. So,
You tried it all.
right, exactly.
What do you think is the most important, the most important thing to making a skincare line, especially something like this?
Integrity. I would say, like, formulating responsibly. I think that for us, the one thing that we never ever sacrifice on is the cost of our formulas. We put so much money into the cost of our formulas because it's the same way when you're food shopping. You get what you pay for. You know, and it's
Sometimes.
shop the perimeter of the grocery store. You know, like we wanted to load all of our products with, you know, the highest end, the most quality ingredients. So for me, I thought to myself, okay, well, you know, this looks like a really fancy bottle. We custom molded it. No one has this shape, but I found a way to make sure the cost on the bottle was really low so that I could give you the most expensive formulas.
Yeah, because we want to know.
You're gonna come back because of the formula, not,
Right, not the package.
plastic.
I like
Yeah.
that because some people do the packaging and then forget what's inside.
Right, they spend all
Yeah.
this money on this super thick box that's just gonna get thrown away.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like we spent such a long time just trying to source the right suppliers and vendors that would give us the best costs for these components that ultimately you need them. Yes, I need a cap on this bomb, but I wanted to find the, you know, the cheapest recyclable alternatives so that we could load all of the money into the formulas.
So you stand out in the ingredients.
Yeah, in the ingredient. And I will say, like, we really don't have junk food filler type ingredients in our products at all.
Good.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want junk food.
I like
Thank
like
you.
that the scent is very it's
Neutral.
not overpowering. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
neutral, which is good.
This
for,
one's
again,
the
for, like,
only one that
sensitive skin.
has like a light, and it's not an added scent. That's actually the scent of the preservative.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it's called phenexyl alcohol, and that's
Okay.
the you know, the byproduct of using that it's a nature identical preservative.
I can't wait to try all of them. Emily, it's been a pleasure
Thank you
having
so
you.
much, Emily.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for spending time with us.
Oh man, hello world, what is up? Welcome back to the holidays now, and wow, thanks to Nerys and Sandra for a fantastic first half of the show. I'm Matt Forte. Yes, round of applause, actually, let's hold for that. They're awesome. I'm Matt Forte, host of BUILD Series. We are here live at the BUILD Studio in New York City. If you are in the area, I cannot stress this enough, come on down. We've got a bunch of amazing vendors and creators here today with last-minute gift ideas for all of you holiday procrastinators out there, or someone, if you just want to come sit in a machine filled with cash, we have that. That is a real thing here. So tons of amazing presents and awesome guests. Speaking of which, our next guest is an international speaker and teacher on mindfulness and positive psychology. His new book, Stop Missing Your Life, How to Be Deeply Present in an Unpresent World, makes for the perfect holiday present, had to do it, perfect holiday present for anyone looking to live a more fulfilling and satisfying life. Folks, please make a ridiculous amount of noise and welcome Corey Muscara right here. Let's do it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Corey, congratulations. I'm so excited to talk to you about this book, man. This is your first book.
Yes.
Huge deal.
Huge deal.
Hold for applause. First book. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an achievement.
Thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about why now? Because you've been doing this for a minute. You've been talking all over the world. You've talked to tens to thousands of people, and now is the time to write the book. What was it that inspired you, man?
I've been working with a lot of people one-on-one and running retreats and workshops and speaking for years, and this felt like the next step to take all of that and condense it into a written form that could just scale at a larger level so that more people could access the wisdom without having to come in person.
What was, you talk about condensing it into written form. What was that process like? Because we've talked a lot about that on this stage about, a lot of people speak different than the way they write.
Yes.
So here's something you're very comfortable doing. You know this stuff inside and out.
Yeah.
You've been talking about it, but now you've got to transfer it to this different medium. What was that? Was that challenging? Was that exciting?
Oh my gosh, it was so challenging. It often felt like cutting little pieces of my heart out.
Wow.
The pain of trying to access something that meaningful, to me at least.
Yeah.
And then to convey it in a medium, it often felt inadequate. It was like there weren't words to put on what I was trying to communicate, and so the hardest thing was translating that to written word. The one thing I'm very happy about with the book is that I do feel like my voice comes across through that, and that's the one thing I didn't want to lose.
I think 100% in reading the book, it feels like a conversation almost is taking place, and you get to be a part of it. You say that it was a deeply personal process for removing little parts of your heart and discovery. Was there anything through this process that you learned about yourself, about how you practice your mindfulness?
Yeah, I really learned to make space for discomfort and uncertainty. I think a lot of times when we think of being present or being mindful, there's a lot of focus on just being present for the good stuff or focusing on the present at the expense of the things we don't want to feel. And that often creates a compartmentalized kind of happiness that we're happy when things are good, but not so much when things are bad. Yeah. And more than anything, I'm interested in taking people to a place of wholeness where they feel integrated and that they've actually welcomed more parts of themselves rather than needing to only find happiness by shutting away the stuff that they don't want. And I think, as we all know, you can't really get to that fulfillment by doing that because you're subconsciously running from yourself. So I had to learn to make space and be present for the full thing, the highs and the lows, the twists and turns, and the confusion. And that quite literally expanded me emotionally, psychologically to hold more. It was like a psychological vaccination for life.
That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Would you say the book reads well for someone who's a complete beginner to who maybe they've never practiced meditation before, or is it read for someone who's dipped their toes in the water a little bit and is looking to expand? Who's the perfect person for this book?
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, my work has always been to create a bridge for someone that wouldn't normally be receptive to this. So my favorite thing is going to speaking engagements, and there's like the row of men in the back are like, all right, what's this meditation stuff gonna be about? Like, I live for that moment of like, interesting. Yeah. So the book takes a person on that journey. I mean, the first line of the book, it says, I got into meditation to impress a girl. Sure. So like immediately I'm trying to establish some rapport. Yeah. And then we slowly go into the deeper stuff. And what I love about going into the deeper stuff is someone that's never been into this, like it takes them there, and someone that is really into this, there's something for that person as well.
100%.
Yeah.
You're talking about the beginning of the book. One of the things that's in there that I could read a whole book on, and I'm sure you get asked about this all the time, this very specific part of your life, where you spent 6 months in isolation practically, where you meditated for 14 plus hours a day and with monks, and it just seems like an out-of-body experience, frankly. Yeah. And I'm very curious as to, one, what was like week 2 of your 6 months like when you were getting acclimated to this like lifestyle, this total radical change, and just what drove you to go do that?
Yeah, so for those that might be a little confused, it was a 6-month silent meditation retreat, and it's interesting. I got into meditation because I had a hippie girlfriend in college. She was into it. I wanted her to think I was cool. She broke up with me 2 weeks later, so
it didn't work.
It didn't work.
Didn't work.
It's not like I meditated really hard and she came back to me. Lives in Madagascar now, runs a hostel. So
shout out to the girl that never was in Madagascar.
I told her this whole story, so she knows the role she had.
She knew you were going to plug the hostel on the show, which is what got it. Okay, cool. Very cool.
The different happy ending was that the pain of that breakup caused me to take the practice more seriously. And I just got so fascinated in this thing that was improving my focus, my well-being, and kind of a type A personality. So I said, like, how deep can I take this? A year later, I was in a monastery with a shaved head, living as a monk. And the idea of that was to see, could I sever myself from all the things that were currently bringing me comfort and find a quality of contentment that was from the inside out and that wasn't contingent upon external variables, or less contingent, we could say. And so that was the idea of the monastic setting. And yeah, it was, you eat 2 small meals. The last one's at 10:30 a.m., 14 hours of meditation a day, sleep for about 4 hours.
Does it take time for, like, because I wonder, you're there for 6 months, and you're literally 2 small meals and then 14 hours of sitting with your own thoughts. At what point do you start to feel the effects of that? Do you not feel like, what have I done? What am I doing here? This is going to be intense for 6 months. And does it start to feel like, oh, wow, I'm starting to discover about myself? Like, how deep into that process?
A couple hours.
Really?
Well, just because when you're severing yourself from all of the things that you normally distract yourself with, technology, other people, TV, you have to meet yourself. And very quickly you learn, if I can't befriend myself in this process, this is going to be a very bumpy ride. So you're confronted with a lot of things that you might have typically regretted, parts of yourself that you don't typically like, and that is hard. I will acknowledge that, but there's also something beautiful in it, because now you're actually meeting yourself, and you're learning to find peace within yourself. So very intense. The first week I did think I was going to leave because the physical pain was so intense from sitting.
Wow.
But I learned how to relate to that pain differently in such a way that it didn't actually create suffering, if that makes some sense. I could elaborate on that if you'd like.
I do, but I have a silly question. What are you sitting on for 14 hours a day?
Yeah.
Because this is a pretty nice couch.
I know.
We only got to do this
It
for
is
about
not
15
this
minutes.
couch.
No, but this is plush. I'm just curious,
So-
what do they provide you with over there?
I was like the only kid in kindergarten
Okay.
that couldn't sit comfortably cross-legged. I have tight knees and hips, and so everyone over there in Burma can sit really comfortably cross-legged, and they could do it on the floor. They didn't have cushions to prop yourself up on. They were like these very little thin foam mats. So the first week was something-
Audible sounds of
I know,
concern from
I
the
know.
audience, mind you.
The only thing I had my pillows in my room, and I had a laundry line that I brought with me. And the first week I spent wrapping those pillows up in laundry line to create these bolsters that I could sit on so that it would prop me up just a bit.
The other monks tease you for that?
They
Here's Corey with his homemade pillows again.
They would if they could speak, but fortunately everyone just gave me
But
the
you
eye.
could see it in their eyes.
I did.
Those monks and their sideways glances. You knew what was going on.
I knew what they were thinking. But once I found that comfort, then the torment of that went away, and I was able to settle into the practice.
Right. One of the things you had mentioned, severing from everything that we're comfortable with, severing from technology. A lot of people in your field that talk about similar things, they'll often tell us to do exactly that, to cut ourselves off from technology. It's toxic. Take it out of your life. There's a really interesting approach towards the end of the book that you take, where you actually develop meditative exercises that incorporate our technology. Ways that we can have a healthier relationship with our technology. How did you decide or think of those exercises? Where did that come from?
Well, so much to say about technology, and I think it is important to acknowledge having healthy parameters around it, but I also think it's important to acknowledge that technology is not going anywhere, and in many ways we have to treat it as an extension of ourselves, in the same way that we can't campaign against having brains just because we have difficult thoughts. We need to learn to work with those thoughts. The technology, we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's still a lot of utility to it. The main thing we have to learn is how to work with it skillfully. So the first meditation I have with technology is called the Scroller Coaster meditation.
Love it. Great name.
Maybe you kind of get a sense of it just through the name, but instead of doing your meditation without your phone, you take the phone out, you open up your favorite social media app, and you start scrolling. And this is where the scroller coaster begins, because the emotional roller coaster comes up. It's like, oh, look at that cat. I love cats. Oh, look at that person. They have the best life ever. My life is terrible. And it's just like the highs and lows of all the different emotions. We're all familiar with this. But instead of going through that on an automatic pilot where that's taking you into that emotional roller coaster, we do it with more presence, and we could catch ourselves like, oh, wow, look at this high. Oh, wow, look at this low. And that distance allows us to not be trapped by it, and also gives us a little bit more awareness next time we get caught up in the roller coaster, so that maybe we go, maybe not in this moment.
Yeah. Is there, we're going to wrap things up in just a second, but is there, I know it's two different worlds, but I'm very curious, what was harder, writing this book or the 6 months with the monks?
They were harder in different ways, but I would say writing the book.
Really?
Yeah.
You had nicer pillows when you wrote the book.
I had nicer pillows.
imagine.
This book stretched me into corners of my mind and heart that I hadn't been before. And I'm so grateful for the process for that reason. But yeah, this was hard.
Have you found, as you've continued speaking engagements and stuff, that now that you've written this book, it's sort of changed your whole perspective on that part of the process as well?
Yeah, it's taken my work deeper.
Yeah.
It's more synthesized, it's clearer, and it's more aligned within me.
Very amazing. Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. It's the perfect gift for anyone that wants to go on a similar journey. And honestly, it's a gift for yourself as well. It's such a great book, and I really enjoyed reading it. And I appreciate you coming and hanging out for us. Where can people pick it up, man?
Anywhere books are sold, but right now, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, StopMissingYourLife.com, all the details are right there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you're going to hang around, you'll sign a couple
Yes,
as well?
I'll be here to sign
All right,
books.
so I told you, if you're not here right now, you've got time. Run down, 692 Broadway. Get yourself a copy. You can get it signed. Corey, thank you so much for
Thanks,
being
Matt.
here, man. Congratulations
Pleasure.
again.
Thank you.
Round of applause for Corey Muscara.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, our last guest is host and executive producer of the public television show Ellie's Real Good Food and formerly host of the Food Network's hit show Healthy Appetite. She's a New York Times bestselling author, recipient of awards from the James Beard Foundation and the International Association of Culinary Professionals. She knows her stuff. That's what I'm trying to communicate here, okay? Her latest book, Hole in One, is a collection of 125 good and good-for-you recipes that can be prepared entirely in one pot, sheet pan, or skillet. This book, I swear, is a godsend for anyone out there who wants to eat better but is incredibly lazy. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the great Ellie Krieger right here.
Thank you.
Ellie, welcome to the show. Oh my God, it's so great to have you here. Thank you. What an absolute treat to have you here.
It's great to be here. I love this place.
Thank you so
I
much.
love this show.
Oh my gosh, I love your book.
Thank you.
I mean that sincerely. So many incredible recipes. I'm excited to talk to you about it. You know, you talk about in the very beginning of the book that it is not just a recipe book, it's a survival guide for those of us trying to survive the hectic days and nights that we all exist within right now. And I can attest to that, having made a couple of the recipes. It really has been a survival guide for myself. What inspired you to write this particular book? Because you're no stranger to the cookbook world. You've got a lot of amazing books.
Yeah.
Why this one?
So this is my 7th book. So I literally...
Hang on a second. I'm going to do it again.
7.
Hold for
Lucky
applause. 7 books. That's incredible.
I have to say, I write them for myself in a way.
Do you really?
It's
Yeah.
maybe a selfish thing, but it is literally my survival guide. So I work all day.
Yeah.
I have a kid at home, a teenager at home, a husband, and family meals are really important to me. Good food is really important to me. I want to love what I'm eating. I want it to be good for me. And so these are the recipes that I look toward to when I come home at the end of the day. You know what? I don't always feel like cooking. People think, oh, you're a chef. You always want to cook. Like, not really. I'm like cranky. I don't feel like having another thing to do and checking off another box. But then, well, a couple things. Looking toward one pot really helps sort of take all that chaos and frustration and hone it down to like what is simple, what is going to be easy, what is going to feel super doable. A glass of wine also really helps at around that time.
One pot and a glass of wine, the original title of the book.
Oh, and a little Bob Marley. So
oh my
like,
gosh, you're really setting a mood.
stage.
Yeah, this
Setting
is the whole mood.
But seriously, but having those recipes in hand that really make dinner doable, it really makes it a pleasure instead of a hassle. And so I'm my own customer in that way. And people, you know, I think everyone really needs that kind of thing.
100%. One of the things that always fascinates me is like I, by no means a professional chef or a cook or anything like that. I cook at home. I got maybe like 10 go-to dishes that I know I'm really good at.
Cool.
There are 125 in this one book alone, and you've got 6 other books. How does the process begin? How do you start to build the list of things you haven't already told us how to make or new ways to make things? How does that process start?
Yeah, and that's really, I love the creative process with food. So food to me is nourishment. Food is something I think about all the time just because I'm a huge food lover from the time I'm born. My mother says that me becoming a nutritionist is like a pyromaniac becoming a firefighter. Very true.
Fair enough.
Like
you were born to do it.
You need, yeah, exactly. But that creative process, I'm always thinking of ideas. You know, I love to build that into food. And I really try to, I lose sleep over this, honestly. Is this innovative? Does this feel fresh and different without being difficult? I ask myself those things about the recipe because I want it to be simple, but I don't want it to taste simple. right? So I'm always striving for that. And the one pot was really a great format to do that. One pot, one pan, or one skillet. So there's a lot of one pot books out there. A lot of them
100%.
are just in a pot, so they're just stews and soups and things, which I love, and there are plenty of those.
There is a place for those,
But
yes.
there is so much you can do on one sheet pan, so much you can do in one skillet.
Yeah.
And so there was lots of room to play for me creatively, and I really loved it.
Well, that's one of the things that really sets your book apart is the variety of one pot things to do. Because you're right, when you're looking at the one pot, you're limited to your soups and stews and things of that nature. But you really break down the wall and introduce some crazy stuff. I was telling you backstage, I made the one pot turkey, meatball, and spaghetti, where you do everything in one
Right,
pot. You do the spaghetti,
right.
the pasta, the whole thing, the sauce, and it was mind-blowing. First of all, it was very nice to not have a whole lot of cleanup. And second of all, I just never would have thought to make that dish that way. You always have your pot with your pasta, your pot with your sauce, you integrate. Was that fun, finding ways to sort of confine these traditional recipes to one location and get them squeezed in there?
Super fun. So it's almost like, I think about it like almost writing a poem. Like you can actually be more creative when you have those parameters of writing the poem. So having those parameters really helps you expand your mind of like, what can I do? But one thing that's really important to me is I don't want it to make it in one pot just for the sake of it.
Right.
It needs to feel right. Like I don't want it to feel when you're cooking like, oh, I could totally make it easier if I just did it this way and added one more pot. So it needs to feel like it should be in one pot. And the thing with the spaghetti and meatballs, I was like, oh, let's see if this works. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And I was so tickled by it that it all worked. You don't even need a colander. It all happens in one pot, literally. And I was so tickled by it. And my head note for that is, if loving this recipe is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Be right, yeah.
Because literally, it's not the right method. I know how to make pasta from the traditional methodology.
Absolutely.
But it's fun to break the rules in a way that makes life easier. But the bottom line, it has to be delicious. And in terms of eating well and nutrition and health, I mean, people often think of that as something that you have to deprive yourself.
Right.
And I'm all about, you know what, it has to be delicious first. I'm a taste first kind of gal.
Would you say that was the biggest surprise? Because I assume there's recipes in here you've never made before that you were experimenting and figuring out.
Oh yeah.
Was that the one that?
Every one, I think. No,
Every
oh my
one of
gosh.
them?
I mean, every one was like a fresh take for me.
Wow.
Some I maybe had played with at home, but really I go in thinking I'm going to create something new and interesting and fun and dynamic, and people, I want them to be able to say like, oh wow, I wish I thought of that kind of thing. I'm thinking of it for you.
Fair enough. I don't know if I can ask this or not. Do you have a preferred canned tomato of choice?
No, I don't really have a particular
don't?
brand. I do buy, generally I buy salt, no salt added if I can, because I put salt in things. Salt is important for flavor,
100%.
but I like to be in control of how much goes in. So I typically buy when I use canned foods, and I use a lot of also canned beans, and I use some of those, I call them healthy
Interesting.
convenience foods.
Yeah.
Because I mean, freshly cooked beans are terrific. Do I think of that a day ahead?
No.
And soak them? Like typically no. Life's too busy for that. So I love having that. And then just getting the no salt added, I think.
I don't know that I've soaked beans in my entire life. I don't know that I've ever done it.
It's really not hard at all.
Show of hands, anybody soak
has soaked
beans?
beans?
Oh, really?
Oh, most
What
of
is
you
wrong with
could.
me? Okay.
It's not hard to do. You just have to think in advance.
Well, maybe that's where I'm slipping up. That's got to be it.
Exactly.
I thought this would be pretty fun because there's so many great recipes in here. I was going to throw a couple of scenarios at you, and I want to see what you recommend.
Okay.
Okay? You can't get. There's no wrong answer.
Okay, and I'll
it's your
throw it
book.
back to you guys if
Yeah. Okay. Here's scenario one. It's 7:30 p.m. I just got home. It is raining. Okay. I'm exhausted. I need some comfort food. I need it fast. So what am I doing?
Ooh, I'm all about making a soup there.
Okay.
If it's raining, I want soup.
Yeah.
Right? So, but what I'll do,
Round of applause for soup.
Soup.
Yes.
Soup.
This is a room that is decidedly pro-soup. Do not fight us on that.
I'm so into soup. Actually, on my social media now, I'm doing soup of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how into soup I am. It's
pretty into soup.
So, but what I do in the book, and I forget the exact recipe that I do this in a couple of the recipes in the book. I make it a full meal, so I can take like any vegetable. Let's say it's broccoli or I have a butternut squash. I'll make a soup out of that, but I'll put in, back to the beans here, a whole can of either chickpeas in my butternut squash soup.
Interesting.
And puree that in. Get yourself a good immersion blender. Then you can puree it right in that one pot. And then it becomes a full meal because you have the vegetable, you have the broth, and you're getting that protein and fiber from the beans, but they're blending in. It's also making the soup super creamy. and gives it this beautiful body. So, and that
tip.
particular butternut squash soup in the book, I actually garnish it with tahini and crispy chickpea snacks. So it's sort of, I'm trying to think of ways like how can I get that crunch from a crouton, but maybe in a healthier, more fun way. And so that's what I do for that
And
one.
God, that is something I do love a crouton crunch, but I always have this feeling of guilt though I'm introducing.
But first of all, no guilt. There
Okay.
should be no guilt around food. Okay,
especially soup.
Yes.
It's comfort food.
Yeah, and in general, I don't believe in guilt around food.
Okay.
It's only a negative. So it's just like, all right, cool, have the thing you want. But if you can have it in a healthier way, that's even a little better. In terms of taste, why wouldn't you?
That's what I believe, but I eat the croutons anyway. Okay, here we go. Okay, can I do 2 more or 1 more? I got time? Okay, yeah, fine, fair enough. Let's have fun with this. Okay, scenario number 2. I'm actually working from home today, okay? So I've got all the time in the world, but as established earlier, very lazy. Last thing I want to do is have to clean the sink again. I literally just did the dishes last night. Also, I had meat last night. I'm looking to do something veggie-based. So I've got time. I want something veggie-based.
All right.
What do you think?
So I think roasting vegetables is going to be really great there.
Okay.
So that's going to happen on a sheet pan. I'm thinking sheet pan.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
I'm listening. Sheet pan,
You know
roasted
what?
veggies. I like a good roasted veggie.
Right, and I have this one sheet pan roasted veggie dish, roasted. It's like it's a bowl.
Okay.
And it's a vegetable bowl with roasted vegetables, and you're roasting the garlic on the sheet pan on there too. So then the garlic comes out, everything comes out. The vegetables are now like kind of more flavorful, more concentrated in flavor because of that time in the oven, but really very little effort. The garlic is now soft and roasted garlic and caramelized. So you squeeze it out of their little shells and you make a dressing with that. That's going to go on your bowl. So then you throw in some arugula into a bowl. You don't even have to wash it, right? Some cucumber. You put the roasted veggies. I like a mix of sometimes roasted vegetables with raw. So it's fun to mix those textures.
Okay.
So anyway, put that all in there and drizzle it with that delicious and some beans and some, because you said vegetable based, right?
Yes, I'm looking for a veggie base.
I put that on the sheet pan too for you.
All in the sheet pan.
Yeah, all in the sheet pan.
Beautiful.
And then mix that with the raw vegetables, and you got the roasted garlic.
Perfect.
It's gonna be
Sounds
delicious.
amazing.
You're gonna love it.
I know I am. It sounds. I'm hungry right now. Okay, I got to wrap things up. But I had one. Okay.
All right. Oh, but I want to just say one thing.
Please do.
So all of these meals also are nutritionally complete. So it's not just like one dish and then you have to make a protein and you have to make a side or whatever. That's all cheaty stuff as far as I'm. As the nutritionist, I really each one of them is nutritionally complete.
And that's why I say, and I agree, it is a survivor's guide. Because it's the complete solution, and it's so delicious. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I have one more. This is an easy one. Yes or no? I'm Italian. I'm reluctantly hosting my family for the Feast of the Seven Fishes. But all right, so you know. I've only got 1 pot, 1 pan, and 1 skillet. Can it be done, or do I call a caterer?
Oh no.
Can it be done?
It can be done.
All right, there we go.
Oh yes, the answer is yes. I actually have the answer.
Do you have
it? Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna get the solution, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Give me quick. What do you got?
7 fishes. In almost like a shepherd's pie, but with fish.
Interesting.
On the bottom, and you do like a mashed potato, cauliflower, or even just mashed potato on top. Layer that, bake it.
Oh my gosh. That sounds incredible. I'm going to hire you, and you're going to cook for me forever, because that is it. Your book, incredible right now, Whole in One, perfect solution. Again, another book that's a great gift for yourself or for somebody else. I want to thank you so much for being here. Everybody, please make some noise for Ellie. We're going to wrap things up, but real quick, a huge thanks to my co-hosts today, Nerys and Sandra. A round of applause for them. They were fantastic. And of course, a big thank you to everyone who came together to make this happen today. The In the Know team, of course, the Build team, our studio, our crew. We have an incredible crew that literally moves mountains to make this happen. Yes. And thanks again, not just for a great day, but another amazing year here at Build Series. We are off for the rest of the year. Happy holidays to you and yours. Thank you, everyone. We will see you next year. Take care now. All right? Thank you.